Dang it. Wait, we'll keep them going. No, that won't. I wanted to go to this band because, I just got fed them through YouTube. And it seems so quiet now. Let's put them on in the background. See if it'll remember. Nope, doesn't remember. We'll say we're around there. But they're super cool. Let's see. I think it's in Italian. What do you guys think? Portuguese. Maybe from Portugal.
Recognize the word for sure, yes. Open up, make you see. Because he gets in meaning too. Heads for down, yes for up. Because he gets in meaning too. Heads for down, yes for up. Upside down, gets in meaning too. Heads for down, yes for up. Upside down, gets in meaning too. Heads for down, yes for up. I don't travel, I don't see. Like any professor for this land. The thing way I see, I go down. About upside down and upside down. For overseas, where I see communication organized.
Afrobeat. Are you familiar with Fela Kuti? Kind of same genre. This band, A Familiayo. Oh wait, they are from Brazil. Okay, there you go. First I thought Italy, then I thought Portugal. The world's first Afrobeat band composed of only black women. Now, there are people who are not female presenting to my eyes here in this band. So maybe that concept has changed or whatever, but still very cool. I feel young, but I'm not young. I'm middle-aged. But I can remember, very few. It's like super rare to see female jazz artists, especially represented at the highest levels, instrumental musicians. And that's always been something really cool and to see more and more of as I get older. I don't know. That's something cool. In addition to, of course, is just good music, man. Man being here used as a genderless pronoun. Like dude. I'm outside in Pennsylvania. So I'm in front of this giant wall. Nothing about me says Pennsylvania here. But it's an interesting piece of wall, I'll tell you what. We got some cement fixed parts and then stone wall exposed, and then also this like repaired small gravel. It's a cool composite. Most of the wall is stone and brick, like you can see over here. And I'm in the backyard of the house that I live in, and it's what I want to say 6 row homes, side to side to side, and all the backyards are right next to each other as well. And that's what's going on. Today on the stream, thanks for joining me. Today on the stream, we're going to be checking out jazz because I'm in that mood. I just launched for the very first time a free course, and it's still free. And the trick is it's going to remain free. But if you sign up for it now, you can come to the live Zoom classes, which are not going to be perennial. I'm only doing this one time, but the content will be up there as a way to introduce people to, like, you know, what it's like to learn from me, and and to be cool, of course, but also so people can get a sense of what it's all about and try it out, check these ideas out. So the way I do these classes is I create the content usually kind of as I go. So I'm this morning and later today I'm going to be finishing up the content for the first class. So if you join, there's just a little bit of the pre-stuff here, the start here stuff for the course. But if you see that blue link right here, just click that. So you just go to Rising Read, click that link, sign up for the course. It's free and easy. It would be great to see you. And also, you don't have to come to the Zoom classes. You could just sign up for it. Good. So that's done. Today's live stream is about jazz, like I said. I was preparing for this group class, and so I'm listening to more jazz than I otherwise would. But, you know, everything's cyclic. You get in moods. I'm listening to a lot of this. Now I'm listening to a lot of this. Oh, I'm really listening to a lot of this. So it just kind of directed me back. And that's such a cool thing about getting so much pleasure from listening to music. You know, not all music, but when we really love it, and then we find the music that we like to listen to, it's so nice. So I found some cool stuff, and I'm just in the headspace for that. So I think we're going to start with, I found this neat Duke Ellington live concert that I want to watch some of with you. It's a full concert, so it's too long. It would take up like half the stream. But it's really cool. It's cool to see Duke Ellington. I never did see Duke Ellington live, so it's cool to see video of him and the famous music. It's just legendary. All the musicians in his band are legends. And so here we go. So this is from 1958. Does it tell us where? No, it doesn't. Okay, here we go.
Thank you very much, and all the kids in the band want you to know that we do love you madly. And now a little bit of Black and Tan Fantasy, Creole Love Call, and The Mooch.
Doesn't want to stay there. Bye, microphone. it's turned into a blues instead of the chords that were for the melody. Pretty cool. And you can feel it like lift from that minor to the blues. So cool. Master of orchestration, Duke Ellington. I mean, he's a master of everything, and in everything is orchestration. So we have this little clarinet trio featuring a bass clarinet and two. I can't tell. Somebody, maybe Zelda's watching. She would know if those are both E-flat clarinets. Can't really tell. I think one of Ellington's clarinet players played what's it called, the Arnold system? Something that the new, I shouldn't talk over this. This is so good. I'm gonna take it back. Sorry for talking over it. It's so good. Duke's comping is so grooving and good, man. Okay, another tune, The Mooch, which we will listen to. That was Black and Tan Fantasy to start with. I have not listened to him very much. I was just telling my friend this, to whom I sent this yesterday or the day before. I think over the weekend, maybe. Anyway, and he is a big Duke Ellington fan and has listened to and continues to listen to a lot of Duke. And really, my only period of listening to Duke Ellington, really, I would say, is in high school, because Wynton Marsalis and the Lincoln Center Jazz Orchestra pioneered this amazing competition for high school jazz bands. Super cool. And it's called the Essentially Ellington competition. And the deal is they gave you free sheet music. Every year they'd do, I think it's exact transcriptions. I don't think that they're changed, but I could be wrong about that. I don't remember, to be honest. But they do transcriptions of Duke Ellington's compositions and his arrangements, one and the same. And they send it to you. So the band director has to apply or whatever. And then in the mail, they get the sheet music, which is like so valuable and so cool. And these recordings of Wynton playing and leading the Lincoln Center Jazz Orchestra, a beautiful studio-produced recordings of all the pieces. They're playing exactly the same notes you are. And I forget if there's links, if they gave us I don't think they gave us the original Ellington recordings. I think we just got Lincoln Centers, but that still is amazing. And I don't know. I think that it's free, but maybe it wasn't. Maybe the band director had to pay for it. Anyways, it was so cool. And through that we got to, really come into relationship with Wynton Marsalis, but also when I was a kid, in the late 80s and 90s, Wynton was becoming a pop culture celebrity, or at least an arts pop culture celebrity. He was becoming a famous artist, and so he's on, back when there was not very much cable TV. He was on the major news things and Good Morning America and this kind of stuff, and he did some stuff with PBS. He did this thing with Seiji Ozawa, who's a conductor, orchestra conductor. And that was an educational thing. And I saw that very young, and that made a big influence. I'd never heard anybody talk about music the way he talked about music. He made it so accessible, and his attitude was musical. I don't know how to describe that. But anyways, I think a lot of us made, it's that what they call parasocial relationship. They don't know who you are, but you consume their media, and then you feel like you know them, so anyways, that was my first relationship with Wynton, which was through Duke Ellington. And anyway, I haven't listened to very much Duke Ellington since, especially not over the last 20 years. I haven't really listened to any of Duke Ellington's orchestra, with the exception of down in New Orleans when I was living there. I played with Kala Chandra, and he would always call this piece called Daydream. And man, we made that song sound so incredible. He played it incredibly, and it's just an amazing tune. And his quartet would be me and him on clarinet and sometimes soprano, saxophone, and bass, and guitar. And the guitar was Chris Christie, and so anyways, that's a beautiful tune, but with the exception of that, I haven't really listened to any of Duke Ellington, and so it's so cool to listen to him again with fresh ears. That time has kind of given me a break, and then I get to have a new approach to it. Let's listen to this next tune called The Mooch, which I'm going to be using some examples for the minor blues class, because it's the tune harmonically, melodically, vibe-wise is very similar to St. James Infirmary Blues. They have a lot in common. Here it is. kind of harmony was that? So cool. Oh my gosh, everything. The way Duke is and the drummer are interacting at the end. Oh, so cool. All right. Okay, so here, let's here's a really cool video I found yesterday. Let's see. It's Wynton, and he is talking to a musician he works with all the time.
It was
Vincent Gardner. I'm gonna start at the top. But what they're doing, it seems to me that Wynton chose some improvised solos that he likes to talk about, and so he talks about it, and then they listen to it, and then they talk about it a little bit more, and then they move on to another solo, and it is so cool. We won't listen. I haven't listened to the whole thing. Maybe we'll. Well, no, I'll play you the part. It's always good to hear things again. So this first one's about Lionel Hampton.
We are live here on Jazz Houston's Facebook page with Freedom at 4.
And hey, Gabriel.
Today. And I'm joined
Melodia.
by
I love that name.
My brother.
Melodious. I hope you're having a melodious life.
To say about him.
Thanks for listening in from Brazil. The theme of today's
known him for a long time.
Live stream is about swing and jazz, and especially this guy Wynton Marsalis.
My brother Wynton Marsalis, who was here and brought us some great music to listen to today. How you doing, Wynton?
I need to.
Man, great. It's good to see you, Vince. You talking about yourself.
Let me know if you can't hear the audio.
Man. I'm honored to be with you. You know you're the band historian, so I'm looking forward to you giving me the education. I'm honored to be here.
No, man. Well, thank you, bro. I appreciate you coming and being a part of this. And of course, when I asked him to pick 6 tunes for us to play, I knew that he was going to come with some of just the baddest, most swinging music that he could have. And boy, when I was listening to this earlier, this is going to be listened to long after this show, at least in this house. I can tell you that.
Right.
So he's chosen to begin with a concert, something I hadn't heard in a very long time. This live in Pasadena, Lionel Hampton and his All-Stars playing Stardust. And I had just forgotten about it. It's something that's so bad that you be mad at yourself that you forgot about it. And tell us something about this before we play it.
Well, it's interesting because it's in the middle of there's a lot of soloists and people are playing. So Hamp comes in, and normally when you play on an all-star gig like that, you play a ballad, you might play one chorus. So he started off, his chorus was kind of rough. He wasn't playing what he wanted. He tried to quote Pretty Baby. That's a hard tune to hear for some reason. So he hit the wrong note. Do-do-dee or don't. Then he hit the right note. He started laughing. And then the public started to laugh with him. And then he started to warm up. He went into that double time. And they have a little nebulous in the form somewhere. Something goes on with the form.
Right.
So the fact that the form wasn't exactly straight made him play a third chorus. So you hear Charlie Shavers playing trumpet, he started to come in with the background, like, okay, now we done played 60 minutes on this ballad. But I love this solo because Hamp, he's laughing and he's playing with himself. He's making adjustments, he's taking chances. He's not hitting all of the notes that he wants to hit. He corrects the notes, and you can just feel his energy, and you get more of a sense of what it's really like to play, because you feel him reaching into space for ideas. And just once he goes to that double time, and Stardust has a little interesting thing in the form. It's like going from an F sharp from an F sharp major chord to F sharp minor. It's like
right.
You know what I'm talking about? In the beginning of the form, you can have a little irresolution where you don't quite know where that minor chord.
Right. Where it comes
it's
in.
something mainly musicians know, but I'm just saying for people it's not a type of form, even though it's not difficult. There's a moment that you're unsure of what's going on, and Hamp, it makes him take that third chorus. And once he starts playing, once he gets going, woof, just the accuracy and the vibe and the swing and the feeling and the enthusiasm. And another thing I want you to pay attention to is when it gets to the end, so the band, they start to play the background part at the beginning of the third chorus. So Hamp plays through that whole chorus, but then when he goes into that slower time they end, he's very definitive. He's like, this is where the time. Yeah, it's just a great solo. It's invention.
Yeah, it is.
What did you hear when you heard it?
I mean, that's I can't sum it up any better than that. I just with Hamp, you just always hear just complete mastery in the way that he plays, man. I mean, he's such a, you know, people tend to typecast cats of that generation as if they didn't play changes. And man, look, Hamp played more changes than anybody you can think of, and stuff that's in between everything. And it was hearing such a melodic way to go through those changes at a very early age, much more so than people give him credit for. He's just kind of typecast as some older cat of the swing pre-bebop era that you know, you need to people
Man,
should about Hamp for his harmonic knowledge.
Yo, yeah, Hamp was for real. Yeah, people too Hamp is Republican, so people was mad at him.
Right.
But
right.
if you ever hear that record of Hamp playing
And that's a fun. Oh, dude, I'm sorry, you guys. I think the mic's just up too loud, and I'm outside. And it's actually not. This is one of my worst mics, my less good mics. Anyways, that's a fun little factoid about Lionel Hampton, that he was Republican and people didn't like him because of that. It's funny.
Giant Steps?
No, I have not. No.
Man, there's a recording of Hamp jumping all over. All over, but you know, Hamp could just hear.
Right.
I can remember playing with Hamp. We were playing at the Iridium, and Hamp lived around the corner. And somebody said, "Man, go get Hamp." I went and got Hamp. This the apartment he had that burned down, and Hamp came and hung with all younger cats and played. He didn't have his instrument. He started playing the piano with two hands, and he was running us out of the club doing that. And that was old Hamp.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Hamp was musicianship of the highest level. His hearing, you know, Hamp could just hear.
He could hear, man. He could hear.
Oh, yeah.
So just for time's sake, I would love to play the whole thing. This track is 15 minutes long, and it's 15 minutes of pure gold, first of all. You should check it out. And for all of us that are listening, you should go check it out. I'm going to play the last 5 minutes of it.
Start where Hamp starts soloing. You have the time on that?
I do not have the exact time.
Let me see if I have. Let me see if. Just bear with me, and I'm gonna see if I can find a time. We can just talk for a second.
Uh-huh.
I think I got a time. Okay. Let's pick it up at it goes from 9:50 to 13:19.
Right. Okay.
Or is it, maybe I could send you the link that has it on it. You want that?
Sunday dinner is
If I do that,
I have it. I'm gonna start right around 9:40, and we're gonna get into it.
Okay.
And that should take us right through it.
All right.
This is Lionel Hampton and his All Stars, live in Pasadena, California, 1947.
Doodle-doo-dip.
Yeah.
That first thing he played. I like that shuffle. Went back to the theme.
Sorry, I gotta unmute myself. So, that's something else that I noticed from watching this is, I don't know if it's just in this one or in other videos too, but Wynton he just talked about that shuffle, and he's talking about the way that Lionel Hampton was phrasing the swing right there, and it's cool. It's fun. I was talking about this last night in one of the group classes that, like, you know, learning involves like either sometimes learning somebody else's set of names, you know, or a cultural or a system of names, but also involves like study involves naming things. I think, and it's fun to hear Wynton talk about, and he says that shuffle. So I wonder, you know, what are his other, if he has, you know, names for other of the swing fields. I'm just gonna take that back. Let's see. This is cool. And also, hey Duncan, yeah, glad to have you watching. And cool. I'm glad people are here for the jazz. You know, I know jazz is not everybody's thing, and that's cool. Okay, here we go. Listen for the shuffle.
I like that shuffle. Went back to the theme.
Uh-huh.
It is.
Right.
The people laugh. Yep. At the top.
This is just so amazing how the Lionel Hampton is playing such perfect double time. It sounds like he is playing a different song. You know, it just captures everything. But then the rhythm section is still playing like halftime, and I can feel that. Like I think I can. You know, feel that maybe a little bit on the. I'll take that back so we can dig on the sustain, like the extended, continued double time of Lionel Hampton. Let's see, take that back a little bit.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Is that E flat chord?
Uh-huh.
Now watch the form.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And Wynton's whistling the melody of Stardust over the top of it.
Here comes the trumpet. Went back to get it.
Right.
He feeling that lower time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doing it.
Putting in his accent.
How cool is that? A great solo, and then to know that just to see how Wynton, what he hears and how he hears. It seems he has absolute pitch, but it seems like he hears every darn thing. He knows all the quotes. He understands what Lionel Hampton's intending to do. He can tell when, like he said, he went back to pick it up. So it's like I don't remember the rhythmic figure. I'm like miming playing the vibraphone. But like did a thing but didn't quite do it exactly right, so then went back and did it again on the same notes because it was a sequenced idea moving down. It's cool. It's very cool. And just to feel so much joy and love for the art of jazz. Cool. All right. Let's listen to some lectures of Wynton, and then we're already at 3:45. So after that, then we'll kind of switch up the concept. I'm not going to do any playing, and I'm also not going to share any of my stuff this week because I didn't do very much. Since I've gotten back to Pennsylvania, the flow is a little different, and I haven't quite found the same flow to get in and just be singing a ton like I was last month when I was not here. So I'm working on that. I'm trying to think if there is anything that I sang to share. There's one thing here. I'll just play it. There's nothing to see. It's really a throw off. It's not much time was spent on it. I was just trying to sort of spontaneously create, and this is from at least a week ago. Really, really short. Not great singing, but just a little spontaneous idea that was not pre-calculated really at all. I started with the keyboard part. Oh, you know what? I'll show you. That's kind of fun. Okay, so I said I wasn't going to show anything. I'm going to show one thing. Sorry. Let's see. Opening the program. Come on. There we go. Boop. Yeah. Okay. How do I do this? I go here. And then I go to here. And then I go to... We'll add another source. We'll add a window capture. And it will be... this one. Voila. That's good enough. Okay. So let's see. I think this is it right here, yeah. Oh yeah, okay. So first I did the keyboard, which I guess I played it here first, and then I think I just copied it and pasted it. That was the hook, and then it just repeats. It doesn't change except for, actually it does at the end. I go to like a 4-1 plagal cadence. And it repeats. I didn't edit it. It's just there. And one more time. And then that's it. That's what it does. And then there's let's see. I forget which one I wanted. Anyways, and then I laid down 4 parts. And they're really just, they're barely, the lyrics are barely meaningful. They are meaningful, but like not, I didn't construct the lyrics. I just like, okay, that works. Say something else.
What is attention? What is affection? What is so real? Why do we have to work?
And it looks like I edited out that, here, let me bring back in that top voice. There we go. Okay, we'll hear it one more time. Just a little sketch.
What is attention? What is affection? What is so real? Why do we have to work?
It is better with that high voice. I wish I think I don't like the performance or something about it. Why do we have to work? Now that part, I did kind of go back and think about my notes. I did a little bit of re-recording, but not a ton. And it was just, it's interesting to just improvise harmonies, especially 4 of them. Let's see, is this the first thing that I sang?
What is attention?
I think it is. So then everything had to like line up with
What
this.
is affection?
And I kind of went like, okay, like let's put one thing below it, but then I think I have 2 things above it, which is cool. And it reminds me of Crosby, Stills, Nash,
What is so real?
and or Young.
Why do we have to work?
And that's interesting. I didn't expect it to do that. That's an interesting thing to harmonize on the fly. Why do we have to work? It's like a major scale going from the root to the third. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So then it's like, okay, all the other voices have to harmonize the major scale too. But then I did weird stuff. I don't know. It's very not super.
Why do we have to work?
See, that would have benefited from a better take.
Why?
So that starts on the 4 because it's the 4 chord is happening there. Why do we have to work? I think that's what I wanted to sing. Why do we have to work is what I wanted it to do. But I think I didn't get that second to last note. Why do we have to work is what I sang. But I wanted to work.
Why do we have to work?
Yeah. And then the other voice on top of it.
Why do we have to work?
And that one is why is simply a third above the melody. Why do we have to work? Bum, bum. So it's starting on the 6 of the major scale. So the melody is starting on a root. So it's not a third above, it's a 6th above. Why do we have to work? And it's going 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ba-de-da. And the melody's going, 176-543. And how about this one? Why do we have to work? Now that sounds like the melody again. Did I do the melody? Why do... Yeah, I guess I did the melody twice. Oops. But they do sing different things though on the first three. The da 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 da. What is so real? No, actually they don't. That's interesting. What is affection? It's the same part. I don't know how that happened, but okay. And then the top voice. Why do we have? Why do? So that actually. What? That sounds like the sixth also. Why do we have to work? Oh, that's so interesting. So maybe I only have 3 parts. That's cool. Why do we have to work? That's not that one. Why do we have to work? Cool. Alright, so that's the latest thing I made, which was a while ago. And I don't like it, folks. I miss that very making routine. I have, however, something that sort of scratches the itch, although not as good, is this app that I showed you guys last week. I cannot over suggest it. It's awesome. I'm almost done with the learn, which is cool. I hope something happens after that. But I've made it to level 66. I did about 4 of them today. It's cool, and I'm starting to, well, I have for, I don't know, about 20 or so, like, need to really listen. And the way I'm doing it is I'm trying to not look at the screen, because one of the things it does is it tells you the starting note, which is useful, but I think it's, for me, the practice that's better for me is to not know what the starting note is, not be told what it is, so then I just have to use my ear. So that's better. And there's sometimes when I really think it's the blah blah blah, but it's really I don't get the starting. There have been times when I've not gotten the starting note right, or just not gotten the melody totally right, which is good. That's the purpose. So I don't look at the screen until and even when I hit repeat, I try to not look, because the repeat button's right above the keyboard. And if you look at the keyboard, then you'll see what note to start on. So I try to not look at the screen, not look at the keyboard, hit repeat. And then I try to sing it myself in time. And then I try to sing it in time with the recording. And I try to say the solfege. And I'm back to, for a minute, I was considering using the 1700s, the 18th century hexachord, do re mi fa sol la sol fa mi re do, but doesn't fit this music. So I'm using what I was taught in college, which is, I want to say it's the Kodai code. I don't know. Okay, anyways, it's do. It's a movable do. So you have do re mi fa sol la ti do. In Europe they say si, but ti. And then it also has the changed vowels. It's logical, and I think it's good. I don't really see any flaws with it. So if you're gonna raise a note, you change the vowel sound to an E. So do. Say we're in the key of C major. Do is C. If I wanted to do a C sharp, right? So do is C, but a raised do. So instead of do, I'd say D, do, D, and then re, and a raised second step, which in the key of C would be D. So D sharp would be raised. So do, D, re, there's re. So instead of saying re, you'd say re, because it becomes the E sound. Re, re, mi, fa. There's no half step between mi and fa. Mi, fa, fa becomes fi. Sol, si, la, li, ti, do. And that's how you get there. So every syllable becomes an E to make it sharp. according to its tonality. And the tonality means, where are you considering the tonal center here? And then on the way down, it becomes an A, literally the vowel sound A. So, do, ti. So in the key of C major, that upper do is C. Do is the note C in the key of C major. T is the note B natural, right? And then if I wanted to flat that, make it B flat, instead of saying T, say te. Do, ti, te, la, and then lay. La, le, sol, se, fa, mi, me, re, ra, do. Now, re already has an A sound, like the vowel sound already is, so you say ra. I don't know. I didn't make it up. I just learned it. And so that's what I'm doing. So sometimes I find myself saying me if it's like a minor third, and I don't care. And then actually in the most recent one, I felt like the melody actually did mutate. So like it was like a minor melody on the 4 chord and then a minor melody on the 1 chord, but they called it all by the single tonality, and I don't think that's how you hear it. So it should have mutated. And mutating means do re mi do do re mi do do re mi do. So mutating means changing your center of tonality, which the tonality is expressed by the syllable do, which is like the purpose of it. The purpose of the solfege is to both. It's like a middle ground between numbers, because there's something, from my experience and my hypothesis, that the brain does not get super musical when we're reciting numbers to things. 1 sharp 1 2 sharp 2 3 4 sharp 4 5. There's something more musical about do di re mi fa. Chromatics are hard to sing. I haven't spent much time, but that's what this last one is about. This last level, or the last, not level, last, whatever it's called, maybe level. Okay, I'm really rambling, but yeah. So I've been doing that, and that's cool, and I would recommend that for everybody that has an Apple product. Even if you don't have an iPhone, maybe you have an iPad, and you can just download it on your iPad. That's probably easier to use, anyways, because the keyboard's a lot bigger. Okay, cool. So here, let's change up the energy. So this is something that I stumbled upon a lot of these as I was prepping stuff for today's live stream, and that is accordion covers of pop tunes. So the first one, we listened to this guy, Baldo Frédéric, last week. He's a wonderful player, very creative, and he's putting out a lot of stuff on his channel. And this tune launched, so I started listening to it for a second, and then I looked down at the description, and I was like, oh, this is a Carla Bley song. Cool. I don't really know Carla Bley. I know her tunes are in the real book, but I don't really know anything else. I don't think, really dug into a record of hers. So I wanted to check out her version of this first. So this is 7 minutes, but we'll listen to some of it, and then we'll listen to Baldo's version. And I will listen, but I'll be right back. So here's Carla Bley playing Lawns, and Steve Swallow. Okay, cool. Now let's check out the accordion version. Simple little major third. 3 1 1 2 3. Major third interval, which could be anywhere in there. The tonality, which is why I think, I think that we hear based on tonality and not interval. Like, you hear the interval but against the tonality. So it's like 5 3 1, unless it's a different place in the scale, like it's 5 3, but it's not. One, two, so like here, it's to start off, it's not 3-1 actually. It's 3-1 against when it gets the tonic. Ba, ba da da da. Let's see. Ba, Okay, cool. All right, so that's not a pop cover, but we got them. Okay, there are... Oh yeah, so Ludovic, Ludovic's new one, which we'll listen to a tiny bit of it. So he said Fallen and Lauren Wood, and I don't know this tune, so I listened to a little bit of it, and I was like, let me listen to the original first. So we'll hear a little of him, then we'll hear a little of the original, then we'll listen to Ludovic again. Okay, now we'll listen to the original.
I can't believe it. You're a dream coming true. I can't believe how I had fallen for you, and I was not looking, was content to remain. And it's ironic to be back in the game. You are the one who's led me to the sun. How could I know that I was lost without you? And I want to tell you, you control my brain, and you should know that you are life in my veins.
Okay, cool. So that's a nice, pretty song. Listen to Ludovic again. Oh yeah, that's right. We got that one. Awesome. So I got 2 more of these covers that I found just this afternoon. Looks like I didn't put it. Let's see. Hang on. I'm looking for it. The one that I want to hear next. Dang it. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Bum bum. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. This is always happening to me. Here we go. No. Wait. I'll find it, guys. Here we go. Accordion to me. Yeah, okay. So this is Gary, wonderful accordion player, and owns a nice collection. And he covered Sleepwalk, which is awesome. Sleepwalk is a tune that you all know. Such a great tune. Let's listen to it. I swear that I put these on the list. But anyways, here's the original. so much I made a comment earlier today. Really cool. That might be like one of the few songs that I can't think of another song that, like, it goes bum bum, it goes 1 da doo dum to the 6 ba doo dum to the 4, but it's a minor 4 bum, and then to the 5 bum, and every time it's that minor 4 every single time. And I can't, a lot of songs do that, like Heart and Soul does that, but it's a major 4 every time. I can't think of another song that does that, where it's the borrowed 4. And then the bridge goes 4 major, 4 minor. Well, 5 of the 4, and then 4 major, 4 minor. It's cool. Okay, the last cover for us to check out is Baldo again, and he's covering Chicago. And I do have that, so let's see. Here's the live Chicago version. Y'all know this song. Okay, so everybody's heard that song. So now let's hear the accordion version. Right here. Oh. We got some percussion. Nice belly shake. Well, that's awesome. We're going to kind of truncate that in the interest of checking out some other stuff, but very, very good job. I love that. The track that's playing all this, the fast subdivisions, is really cool. And then the drumming. I wonder if he's drumming like on the accordion case. I wonder if it's like, it sounds like a bucket, but might be the body of the accordion. I don't know. It's cool though. Okay, so I found this, which I've never seen before. It's Frank Marocco in some country in which they use the Cyrillic alphabet. And he's like giving like a masterclass lecture, but it's an awful lot of playing, which is great. And let's see. I'm going to try to take it to right where he starts talking about how he teaches his students the major 7 chords, like diatonically through this major scale, and then he starts making stuff with it. And his accordion, just like, one of the things I noticed is his accordion sounds so like clear, and I don't know, that's the word I got for it, clear. And if you don't know Frank Marocco, he passed away a few years ago. He, in my opinion, was the greatest American jazz accordion player. He's just made of music. He's awesome.
он берет за основу какую-то песню, а затем добавляет левую руку.
This is what it. What's the tune? It sounds like it's Louisiana Fairy Tale, but it's not. It's the other one. The less New Orleans, more New York one. I forget the name of that tune though.
That's the main song. Now I want to improvise now over those
If I had you. Thank you, Charlie.
chords.
So what if Marocco said?
That's the main song. Now I want to improvise now over those chords. Chords are.
Это была песня, та, которую он берет за основу. А сейчас он будет импровизировать
Cool. Thank you, Charlie, and thank you, Birdie.
с аккордами из этой песни.
Do it a little bit different. Like an example would be the famous song "Summertime." It's just a simple melody and just a few chords, just 3 or 4 chords.
Вот сейчас он тоже покажет на примере песни "Summertime". Очень простая песня и несколько всего аккордов.
It's very beautiful, just like that. But in order to play it in a concert, I would want to develop it and do something different with it. So I would try to find maybe some kind of a bass line.
That was neat. Okay. So he went major 6, major 7. So boom. Assuming he's in the key of A minor, the bass line. Boom, 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 boom. Well, he went up and down. A B C B A B C C A B C C sharp D. Assuming he's in A minor. D, E, F, F sharp, G sharp, and then he does what? Dun, dun. Does he go B, or does he go B flat? I forget. Let's listen to that bass line.
B flat.
Sorry.
И то, что он делал, он импровизировал.
I like to take a melody and
На примере песни "Summertime". Очень
maybe some kind of
простая песня и несколько всего аккордов.
took it back too far.
It's very beautiful, just like that. But in order to play it in a concert, I would want to develop it and do something different with it. So I would try to find maybe some kind of a bass line. Maybe some kind of a bass line.
It's such a long video, it's hard to get right there. Oh, okay, alright. So an F, E flat, and then B flat. So like a tritone sub getting to the 5, and then a tritone sub getting to the 1.
It's a little bit better now. It's not so simple. Now it has better harmony.
Она и так была прекрасна, но как бы если мы возьмем основную ее мелодию и добавим аккорды левой руки, то мы можем развить ее и сделать еще лучше.
So if I was going to make an arrangement, if I was going to improvise an arrangement, I might start playing just slowly like that.
So he's not saying, but he probably doesn't think you would know, but what he's playing right there, that dun, 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 that's that part. 5 1 ba ba da dee da, or I guess 6 7 6 7. That's from the original Gershwin arrangement, and so is the ascending bass line. Let's listen to that for a second, and you'll hear that he just starts playing that. No. And it's so haunting. When is this from? I don't know if we will be able to find this. Come on. 1959? Okay. So the bass is going 1 2 1 2, and so Frank Marocco kind of starts there and goes 1 2 3 2 1. So we take it back, you'll hear that.
Better harmony.
Она и так была прекрасна, но как бы если мы возьмем основную ее мелодию и добавим аккорды левой руки, то мы можем развить ее и сделать еще лучше.
So if I was going to make an arrangement, if I was going to improvise an arrangement, I might start playing just slowly like that.
He does it the same way both times.
I might want to maybe go into a tempo.
Pentatonic scale?
minor, the harmonic minor. So I could play this whole piece without any black notes, just playing the C major scale.
И если он играет, хотелось бы вернуться к тому, что он говорил до этого, если вы только начинаете импровизировать, вы можете играть медленно, затем вы также переходите к ля минору, затем обращаться в до мажор.
So now he's just going to play the C major scale through it. Some pentatonics. So then he just, on the second chorus, he did block chord stuff.
Можно сделать это в стиле латины.
I don't know, are there any questions?
Может быть, у кого-то есть вопросы какие-то, господин Марокко?
I can't hear the question.
I think that's true. There are some people that are just meant to play classical music, and there are some people. I was never have talent to play classical music. For jazz, you're correct. I think you have to have some of that in your blood, and you have to have this sense of timing, this sense of.
All right, now we just get a little concert. est un pape popero. Man, cool. He did use pentatonics, upper structure triads, all kinds of cool stuff. That arrangement of his of My Ship is so contemporary. Very, very cool. Does anybody know the name of that tune? I love it. I don't recognize it at all. But what a really, really interesting tune. Let's listen to some more. This is great. I've never heard this live solo thing before. What a really burning improvised solo there, where he harmonically, one of the whole things about Nuage is that it has this these 2/5s that descend chromatically. So it's like a B flat minor 7, E flat 7, and then down a half step to A flat minor 7 flat 5, D7, and then to G. And he really gets into those 2/5s, especially like he'll coming out of the first bridge of his solo into the last A section. I would love to rewind that and listen to that again. Can I find it? Yeah. If I'm gonna do it, now is a good place to do it. See if I can find it. First of all, I gotta find his solo. Okay. Now this sounds like the A, but which A is it? Is it the second A? This might be the second A. So he starts an idea on that 2/5 and carries it into the next 2/5 and then carries it into the next 2/5. Take it back too far. More than melody. First A. So there he started an idea, and then he became, the end of that idea became the first note of the next idea. He does a lot of sequencing stuff. Take it back too far again. Okay. Bum ba 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 ding ba 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 dum ba. And then that note that he ended ba ba. Let's see, bum ba. Okay, wait. Don't go back the whole way. We're on 23. Okay. Okay. Dum dum sa bum bum body. So it's like a 7th chord off the 3rd. If we're in G, B minor 7, la di dum da da, because it's on the 3rd. Da di dum ba di da. Let's see. Da ba bum ba da. Sounds like the next ba di do. Yeah, so it's off the 3rd. Bum ba 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 dum 4 ba 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 dum. La be bo ba da da. So he does 3 arpeggios there. Bum bum bum. If that's the 1 1 2 3. Ba be bum ba de. Ba ba bum ba din. Ba bum bum ba da. Or he stays on it. Da be bum ba da. Or does he go? I took it back too far again. Ba doo doo. So that's the 3rd. The overall 3rd of the whole tonality. Ba, boom, like in the key. This song is usually played in the key of G, and I think he's playing it in the key of G. Ba, so that'd be a B. Anyway, that little overlap of ending with that note and then starting the next melody note very strongly, obviously on that note. Same note is very cool. Now that sounded like the diminished scale to me. Pattern, a sequence out of the diminished scale. That's kind of melody. And just to phrase through, that's really the part I wanted to get to. To phrase through those 3 in a row. That's the first one. Is the melody, but he's playing a really beautiful 2/5. And then and he goes like bum da diddle dum, like to minor dominant 4, I think he's doing, but is making the melody sound like a minor third. Got the melody. Another chorus of that's the major 7. What's it? What does he do? Go back only a little bit. Webu bam to ba dee dee do. So ba dee dee do dee ba do do. So is that down D B G E A F sharp? I wish I had an instrument. Ba ba dee dee do ba do. Oh, so he does. Ba ba dee dee bo ba dee bo dum. He does so much stuff. Frank is very often thinking of like he's so good that not only is he playing all this amazing bebop stuff a lot of the time, and then he's playing these other beautiful sequence that I melodic ideas and motivic ideas, but at the same time he usually has a whole nother additional harmonic thing, like he's comping for himself, and that comping is usually its own additional melody, and we hear both things, and they really, it's like if we just heard the comping it wouldn't be enough. So he has a lot of the time he has these just strong, beautiful, let's say simple, but a few note melodies up at the top that we'll hear at the top of the thing, and then there's like a cool harmonic, usually more changes than were written in the song. Let's see. We already checked that one out, but that's 5 3 1 6 2 7 5 6, or in solfege, which this is my, not to overwhelm you, but know the note, but then also sing it in a movable do, because that's how you get to the place where you can hear stuff like I'm trying to demonstrate. So this is me practicing and working it out, because that's also the flavor of this live stream, is I just show my work because it's fun. It's good for me, and I think it might be nice for you too. But the place to be is where you don't need an instrument, because if you need an instrument, you're sunk. You're not doing it. You want the instrument to just channel, So what you do need the instrument for, most of us, is to know the tonality. Like what key is the song being played in? Meaning this song, I don't know what key it's in, but it's usually in G. And I haven't looked at his hands too much, but it kind of looks like he's around G. I mean, I could tell if the left hand was up here or down there, he's not playing in G, but he's around the middle, so it's probably G. The best way is just to listen to the sound of it. But when you do that, then when you practice, so you're understanding things in terms of the tonality, So you hear bum, 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 bum. You find the tonality of that, you know. So meaning which is the one, you know, where is the one, if there is a one in that melody. Sometimes there's not a one in the melody, but I mean, a lot of times there's not. But in a little example like this, there is. Dum, bum, bum, bum. And you don't need to know. We don't really care about what the letter names of the notes are in the instrument. What we care about is the where in the scale it is, you know. And so you only know what I've sung to you right now, unless you hear something else. But say you don't. 1, 3, 5, dominant 7, you know. And if we practice like that, like on Chet, what's not done, but what I would suggest is from Chet, and start back at the beginning, just start over, start back at the beginning, and first, just like a mimic, just mimic back what you hear and get that good. So don't just enter the notes. Do a little bit of work before you enter the notes. So then, using only your voice and not looking, well, see if you can not look at the keyboard. That might be a little bit more sophisticated, but figure it all out without touching the instrument. So figure out that it's da-dum. If it was that, right? Da-dum. You would just sing it. Like here, I'll show you. Let's go to level 2. Because this is how you build the actual practical skills of just being able to hear stuff. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, here, we'll listen to it again. And everybody sing, da, da, da. There's a little vibrato. Da, da, da. Okay. And then we need to sing the numbers of the scale, you know, and it will have taught you already that you're up to the first 3 notes of the major scale. And I really think it's very important to number them in 2 different ways. So you're going to sing 1, 1, 2, 3, right? Because it's the first, second, and third steps of the major scale. 1, 2, 3, and then also to use that solfege that I showed you. Pine needle dropped on my head. I wish I had an Isaac Newton moment. Dallas's pine needle theory. So use the solfege. So we'd say do, re, mi, and do both. Just like that. Step 1, la, da, da. I think it's really good to try to sing in the exact range if you can. Many times you can't, but try. Because it helps your brain identify that it's up there. It's not down there, or down there, or right there, you know. And then maybe it's more practical to sing it transposed, either higher or lower for your voice, but only by an octave, not into another key. And then you sing it as numbers and solfege, or solfege and numbers. It doesn't matter which one you do first. But after you've memorized the sound of it without intellectualizing it, unless that just happens, you know, like if it is happening quick, that's great. It's still good to reiterate this stuff, because again, my theory that I'm following and suggesting is that we need to train our ears to listen at the same speed at which we hear music. You know, it's like it's just like language. So you're practicing language and you get everything very isolated and very clearly enunciated for a learner to understand, and slow. When you're learning a language, the words are spoken slow and without any dialectic, you know, mush mouthing of the language, you know. It's spoken clearly. But in actual speaking, it's fast and mushed together. And like, you have to hear that. It's the same thing. So we want to push ourselves to number fast, as fast as the melody that we're hearing, you know, and that's a goal for us also. Because that means that that means that you can do that part of it. the ultimate thing is a relationship between just the sound and sort of the feeling understanding of it, and then your instrument. And the numbers aren't part of the process, but they're an important middle step, and they're important for other reasons as a musician anyways. Like if you want to tell somebody the melody, or if you want to transpose it for somebody or write out a chart, that's really, really good. So there are a million reasons why, and it helps us understand pattern. Like it helps us study it, is what I would say. When we label it, then we can study it, and when we can study it, then we can create meaning and understanding, or find that from it. So that's important too. But I think the being a musician part, like being the music maker, is just the sound and the emotional feeling of that sound. Yeah, okay, so that's what I was just gonna say. A little ramble. Let's listen to more. I'm gonna listen to some more Frank Marocco, even though we're after 5. We're gonna keep going. Let's see what he does after this. Sequencing stuff. He is sequencing a lot. That's so cool. I probably took it back to the beginning of the song. Darn it. I keep forgetting that this is a really long video. And so no matter how like close I click it, it takes us back a while. See, now I think he only played one A. I think he did A, B, A for the solo, and then came back, and I I think he might only have played one A, and I think he's realizing it right now. He started to go to the B, but he's like, oh, wait a minute. I only played one A. Oh, well. Ba 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 boo ba boom. Ba 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 boo ba boo. Ba 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 boo ba boo. Ba 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 boo ba boom. And those are counter melodies. So much of what Frank does, it's like, it's jazz, of course, but also it's this it's the same stuff that they label in Baroque music, escape tones and appoggiaturas, and sequencing a melody here. And he's keeping it going. It's changing the little counter melody, but he keeps it going. See, there's counter melodies and chords harmonized, either single counter melodies, and sometimes they're harmonized, a lot of times they're harmonized under his melody. Every chord is ended with a sharp 11. Every song, rather. Yeah, okay. Well, that's cool. Very cool. Thanks, everybody. So we hit some Wynton. Not really that much Wynton, especially for how much I advertised we were going to talk about Wynton. Or we were going to listen to Wynton. We didn't even hear any of his lectures. That's okay, though. We just... we didn't even see any of his playing. That's how these go, you know? The fact that I made a plan, you know, we had a plan. And we did something else, but that's okay. You're welcome, Bertie Wooster. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. Let's see, what's going to happen next week? Well, okay, so if you'll recall... Oh, wait, I got them right here. So, good, I can promote. So let's say, first of all, I'm going to promote this. Sign up for my minor blues class. Why? Because it's free, and there's no reason why you shouldn't. Here it is. Feeling the Blues, minor blues. And then you can scroll down, and you can see what you're going to learn, what we're going to do. And then you hit this button, and then this will let you sign up. And it's easy. And if you're around and you want to come to the live classes that are being taught last night, if you have a time machine, next Monday, Monday after that, and Monday after that, 5 of them. And then all the content is perennial and evergreen. And it'll be up there, and it'll be really useful for you. So that's that. There's also a couple other cool things. So, for example, let's see, let me pull this up. Where is it? Here we go. Oh yeah. Okay. Trying to click the link. Here we go. Okay. I made this graphic. I did that. Ooh, they changed it. That's okay. Who cares? Yeah, they horizontalized it. My version had the ATG rectangle down at the bottom. Michael Bridge set this up. So the ATG has this thing called the Professional Development Committee, and I'm on it. And I'm doing these things for accordion educators to get together and talk and think and kind of get to know each other. And they also do other things. They offer these higher level workshops that are for serious people. They're not for beginners, not designed for that. Hence the name Professional Development, for professionals or professional-minded people. This is cool. So this guy, Dr. Noah Kageyama, he is a professor at Juilliard, and he has a website which I heard about first from my students called The Bulletproof Musician, and I heard it from students who were these two students in parallel, who are both very serious. I would say they're professional-minded for sure, serious and trying to get better, and they both found their way to this website, and they told me about it, like, yeah, this is the best thing out there. It talks a lot about performance practice. It talks about stage fright, performance anxiety, memorization, those really important psychological aspects, the performance practice, and for musicians at very high levels. And this is a famous, well-known website on the internet for that, and the content is great. And Michael, I don't know how, but he got Dr. Kageyama to come and be the presenter for this event. Let's see how much are tickets. I think they were $40 last time. $40 if you're an ATG member, which I would suggest you do. It's a great organization. They have lots of great content. You get a lot of money value. There's a 90-minute or hour-long workshop twice a month, every other Wednesday night that they do, that many of them are topics that I'm interested in, and the ones that I'm not, I feel like other people are, and they do a lot of cool stuff, and I will be at their festival. But anyways, this is cool. So if you are somebody for whom stage fright and all that stuff that goes along with it is an issue, this guy is an expert. You know, he teaches courses at Juilliard on this. That's kind of his thing. And so the title, if I suggested, I would say just talk about stage fright, because that's what I know people, like some of my students have told me, you know, it's bad for them. But this, I don't know who chose this title, but it's called Practicing for Both Skill and Performance. And I think that the practicing for performance, you know, is the thing that's missing. Like that will be the thing that will go, oh, okay, cool. So, yeah, this is cool. You guys should come. It's May 12th, which is Mother's Day, I think. Is it? Oops. That's my chat app. Anyway, it's May 12th. Okay, and then finally, I almost did this today. Did it last week, but I think next week I'll do it. It's kind of a pain, but I finally bought a record player. So if you'll remember all of these Vallenata records, 2 weekends ago I got on Facebook Marketplace. It was actually right after I got back from California. I got on Facebook Marketplace and I found somebody, the perfect guy it turned out to be, selling like a cheap Akai from like the early 80s, but he had made sure it worked, and he put a pretty expensive cartridge on it, and he dialed it in. So he got it set exactly in there, and he said he got the needle, you know, just the right amount of tension on the record. So that's cool. That was neat. So I picked that up. It's just I was gonna bring it outside, and I figured the audio interface would bump the gain, because that's one of the things with a record player, they need a preamp, because the signal coming out of the record player itself it's low, it's not loud enough, and it's designed to go into an amplifier to amplify the signal, hence the name amplifier. And so I figured that the amplifier probably could be the audio interface that I have. But it has a ground, and I didn't know how, like, I don't know. Maybe I could have just like duct taped the ground to this metal table. I'm not sure. But that threw me off. I was like, oh man, I don't want to take all the time to unhook this and then hook it up and then the ground not to work. So next week we'll get into these Vallenata records, which I have listened to, not all of them, but a bunch of them so far. It's very cool. And a lot of them are signed. The guy who originally owned these was apparently a fan, and a fan of some of these artists. So that's really fun too. Cool. All right, guys. I hope you have a wonderful musical week. Until the next time I see you. Next week, same time or another time. Be great. Go play accordion.